Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, Americans. It's Friday.
Finally, it's here. And thanks for being here with us. 888-900-3393. Also, at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. A lot to get to. Last night, the J6 committee wrapped up their really compelling case.
They didn't really wrap it up.
Well, they might be back in September and October and November and December, and they'll just keep doing this.
They said they're getting new information daily.
That's such a bunch of crap.
And
how are you getting new information?
So they're taking a break
a
now.
year and a half later.
They're taking a break now to do some more investigations, and then they'll be back.
I mean, they promised that there was going to be huge, shocking revelations here, and then nothing. I'm literally nothing.
I watched the first half until they broke, until they had to go take their bathroom break. And it was agonizing.
Oh, yeah.
It was agonizing. And their case is that in the inaction of Trump, right? That's their case. Now, I will say...
inaction, I think there was some inaction. He should have He should have laid down the law sooner than he did.
Yes, absolutely.
There's no doubt about that.
That's their case.
But what they were trying to make a case of was that this is planned and premeditated, and nothing could be further from the truth. This was not a planned insurrection.
And their whole case is the timeline of the inaction of Trump.
All right, so
and John King laid out John King from CNN. I think he's with Jake Tapper here, but he laid out a timeline.
Good.
That they used, and this is their case. This is their case.
And we know as you watch this now, that was around 1:20 p.m. This is 2:15 p.m. So the president's back at the White House, and here's what's happened. Pat Cipollone, who we'll hear from tonight.
By the way, he's back at the White House after beating the crap out of his Secret Service detail, diving from the back seat of a limousine all the way to the front seat, grabbing the steering wheel, trying to turn it, then grabbing the clavicle of the Secret Service agent and trying to break it.
Right. The Secret Service barely survived.
Barely. Yes. Barely survived. He was fortunate to get out of there with his life.
And last night they made the case that there were angry words said.
Oh, no, really?
I know.
That's hard to believe. No president, that's unprecedented, by the way. No president has ever had angry words for another person before. It's never happened. So this was an amazing first in American history. It's unprecedented. No president has ever used swear words before. This president did.
I can tell you, I don't think any other president has grabbed the Secret Service by the clavicles.
That's a fact. That is a fact. Which is great because immediately the Secret Service agents involved denied it. Said it was a bunch of crap. That didn't happen. And they still keep harping on it.
Right. And he was, he was angry because he wanted to go down to the Capitol. Okay. Well, he didn't. He went back to the White House.
And is there anybody who suspects that's not the case? So what?
Yeah. Right.
So what? So he wanted to go down to the Capitol. So what?
That's where his people was.
Have you ever seen him do a rally? He likes doing this stuff.
Yes.
He likes it. He loves it. And is it a surprise to any person on this planet that he wanted to go to the Capitol? So what? And you know what? The Secret Service didn't let him, so he got mad. And he actually threw his hamburger against the wall. Some ketchup dripped down the wall. And well, that means that it was almost an American insurrection. Oh, okay. The hamburger throwing was okay. Yeah, all right.
And then they showed the picture prior to this timeline when they said he's back at the White House. They have a picture of him in the Oval Office, still with his jacket on. This is when he was first arriving from the speech.
No.
Okay.
So that meant he was ready to go out in the outdoors.
Yes.
Start killing people. That's what he was going to do. Yes. That was his plan.
Yes.
All right, let's see this. If we can get through any of it. We will hear from
tonight more detail. Text the chief of staff. Mark, we need to do something more. They're literally calling for the vice president to be effing hung. And this is critical. The chief of staff, you heard him, Pat. He thinks Mike deserves it. The president of the United States saying, I think the vice president deserves it. He doesn't think they're doing anything wrong. That is Donald Trump's loyal chief of staff, Mark Meadows. The president doesn't think they're doing anything wrong. Pat Cipollone responds,
oh my gosh.
This is effing crazy.
Pause it for a second. So can the president
now
be convicted for something he thinks? He thinks Mike Pence deserves it. Do you doubt he said that in a fit of anger? Probably not. I mean, I don't doubt it. He might have said it. He might not have. Who knows? But Donald Trump is like that.
And these are text messages and tweets. So he absolutely, this is what he's saying to people.
We know he angry tweets. We know he angry speaks. So when he's pissed, he says something.
Right.
And then he blows it off later on. Glenn's a good example of that. What was he saying for years when we opposed his candidacy in the beginning? I mean, he called Glenn a washed-up loser. All the rest of it. Now they're great. They get along really well. He loves Glenn. And he says he listens to him all the time, talks about how brilliant his show is. That's the same thing with Mike Pence.
I don't know that I believe that.
What? Did he?
About the brilliance of the show, but go ahead.
All right, let's try to make it through this.
More. 2:15 p.m. That's when these texts are happening. And we know the president did do something more, Jake. He just did the opposite of what his family members, what his staff, what his political loyalists were telling him to do. Instead of saying, calm down, go home,
don't say that.
He said Mike Pence didn't have the courage to do what should have been done. He incited it. He poured kerosene on the fire with this tweet at 2:24 p.m. Then there's more blowback inside the White House. Aides are disappointed with the president. So he does tweet again. Donald Trump has used this as his rationalization. I said, please support our Capitol Police and law enforcement. They're truly on the side of our country. Stay peaceful. He did send that tweet at 2:38. What's missing?
What's
no
missing?
Go home.
No go
leave
home.
the Capitol.
Right.
No, this is wrong. No, this is wrong.
You got to be kidding me.
Used this as his rationalization. Aides at the White House.
Stop for a sec. That is incredible. He's telling them to be peaceful. He's telling them to
respect law,
to respect the law enforcement, do what they say. But he had to do something else every time in their mind. He had to do something else. We don't care what it was. Go home. Stick it up your anus. He needed to say something more there. It's ridiculous. It's really unbelievable. And there's more.
Oh, yeah. We're happy he sent this tweet, but they said it was nowhere near enough. And so then the time plays out. This is around 2:38. It's in this time frame, just before 3 p.m., that the House Republican leader, Kevin McCarthy, calls the president, says, I need help. You need to stop this. This is bad. This is getting ugly. This is dangerous. What does Donald Trump say? Well, Kevin, I guess these people are more upset about the election than you are. Think about the mindset there. The president of the United States, his government is under attack. The institution, the Capitol is under attack.
Shut
McCarthy's
up.
at risk. The vice president's at risk. The Speaker of the House, all the members of Congress, all the police, all the staff at risk. These people are more upset about the election than you are. That's what Donald Trump told the House Republican leader. So at this time, incoming from all across Trump land, Marjorie Taylor Greene, the Congresswoman, Laura Ingraham, the Fox News host, Mick Mulvaney, the former chief of staff, Donald Trump Jr., the president's son, Chip Roy, a Republican loyalist in Congress, all of them sending tweets in the 2:30 to 3 o'clock range saying, stop. Active shooter on the floor. President needs to tell these people to go home.
Active shooter on the floor.
He's got to condemn this ASAP.
Active shooter.
This is a show. That from a Republican member of Congress, again, to the White House chief of staff, who was central to all of this. Remember Cassidy Hutchinson saying he kept going through his phone and looking at the text, apparently disinterested in trying to stop the president.
I'm surprised. Pause this for a second. I'm surprised that he could still scroll through his phone, though, because his hands must have been hurting after the attack of the Secret Service.
Oh, yeah.
Grabbing the
when he
steering
broke
wheel
his
and the clavicle.
Yes. With one hand. As he has one hand on the steering wheel, Jeffy, and the other hand comes up and grabs his clavicle and breaks it. Guy's powerful. He's powerful. He's a trained assassin, no doubt.
All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Cassidy Hutchinson, a draft statement or a tweet they wanted the president to send saying anyone who entered the Capitol, initially said illegally, crossed out to be without proper authority, should leave immediately. The president did not send that tweet. This is around 3 p.m. They tried to get the president to say that. Donald Trump instead sent this tweet at 3:13. I'm asking for everyone at the Capitol to remain peaceful. Not to leave, but to remain peaceful. So the president did tweet that. No violence, remember. We are the party of law and order. Respect the law and our great men and women in blue. Thank you. And
not enough,
after
though.
3 o'clock.
Stop for just a second. It's not enough.
Right.
It's not enough. And they made the case. Hey, do we have the picture? They showed this White House map more than once last night of how the president, when he came in from the rally, went into the Oval Office, and then, Pat, he walked down a hallway to the dining room.
No.
So that he could sit at the table.
No.
And the television was on. And you know, I'll give you 3 guesses of what he was watching.
Fox News.
How did you guess?
Dun, dun,
How did you
dun.
How did you guess?
Fox
They make a big deal. I'm like,
News.
Why? Why? So what?
Pretty hard to make a case for
So
inciting
what?
violence when he specifically said no violence. Respect police and have no violence.
That wasn't
and
enough.
that incited violence?
He didn't say go home.
He didn't say go home.
All right, there's more from
Oh,
the
jeez.
timeline continues.
People still dissatisfied, wanting the president to do more. Reince Priebus, the former Republican Party chairman, the former White House chief of staff, tell them to go home. POTUS has to come out firmly and tell processes to dissipate. That from his former communications director. Sean Hannity of Fox News. Can he make a statement? I saw the tweet. Ask people to peacefully leave. This is at 3 p.m. at the Trump White House. They're still incoming. Finally, at 4:17, Donald Trump, in this recorded video, tweets this.
This was a fraudulent election, but we can't play into the hands of these people. We have to have peace. So go home. We love you. You're very special.
187 minutes, 3 hours.
187
minutes later, the President of the United States says, go home. But he says they're special, Jake. He says they're special. He does not say this is wrong. He does not say this was terrible. He plays victim and says we cannot play into their hands. Go home.
Wow, that's
their
really,
case.
Really pathetic.
I know it's John King from CNN, but that is the J6 hearing case, right?
Yeah.
That's what they presented last night.
What a powerful timeline. Woo-wee.
That's what they presented last night. And then
He didn't tell people to go home.
When he came back to the White House, he went into the Oval Office and then walked down the hallway to the dining room.
Yeah. Yeah.
The horror.
Well, yeah, that almost killed our democracy.
I mean,
He didn't tell people to go home at first, Jeffy. He didn't tell them to wash behind their ears before bed.
That's why the government fell.
He didn't tell them to brush their teeth.
Oh, wait.
He didn't tell them to turn the lights off when they're not in a room. He didn't tell them any of those things. He almost killed this country. Almost single-handedly murdered the country. Almost. But not quite.
Almost.
Not quite.
If
and I love
he would have said, please go home. 186 minutes earlier, it would have been fixed.
Yes.
Everything would have been okay.
Right. It would have been fine. Everybody would have left peacefully, singing gospel hymns. And they keep calling it an armed insurrection, too.
Yeah.
Not one person who was a Trump supporter shot a weapon, shot a gun. Nobody took a single shot except the Capitol Police. They shot and killed Ashley Babbitt for no apparent reason, as far as I'm concerned. That was unbelievable. She's the one person who was murdered at that thing.
Yeah. Well.
And they never even mention her.
No, they don't.
There was another person who was beaten by cops or something. She died, trampled. I think she got stomped on a few times. I don't know. Nobody talks about her either. And then, the 3 cops.
Yeah.
That they lie about continually.
And the number keeps going up. I mean, we're up to 6 or 7 people now.
Oh, really?
I think. Yeah, pretty sure.
I've seen 5 multiple times mentioned. 5.
I feel like I heard. I feel like what's his face that was home because of COVID, the head of the J6 hearing. I think he said 6. I got to go back and listen to his opening statement. But I mean, it was just started off with a lie.
Yeah.
And their timeline still has. And this is when pipe bombs were found. Oh.
Yeah. Did they go off? No. No.
And by the way, Do we know who put those pipe bombs?
No.
Anywhere?
No.
Do we know that?
No.
Because this investigation's been
You don't
going on
suppose
for
those
quite
could have
some
been
time.
planted?
No.
Come on now.
Stop it.
No, that's ridiculous.
Stop
That's
it.
silly. That would never happen. That would never happen.
You know, Donald Trump was in town, so it's possible that he did it.
It is possible. That's why he wanted to go back to the Capitol building to check on the pipe bombs he left.
They weren't at the Capitol building. Right?
No, but they were around some other buildings someplace. He was going to check on them. It's so insane. Jeez. So, one cop died from 2 strokes. They blame that on the crowd.
Yes.
2 other cops committed suicide weeks later. They blame that on the crowd. It's bizarre. It's bizarre.
Good thing is that they after last night they're going to investigate some more, and they're going to come back in September and give us some more shocking revelations.
Could anything get more shocking than what we've already observed?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I really don't think so, Jeffy. This was the definitive shockiness that I think we can tolerate. Jeez. Here's something that's not shocking. Trying to sell your home is a challenge, and that's why you need a great real estate agent who's going to come in and help you understand what you need to do to sell your home quickly and for the most amount of money. Whether painting's involved or you replace the countertops, flooring, remodel a bathroom or your kitchen, whatever, are you going to get your money out of it? That's what your realtor can help you decide. Real Estate Agents I Trust. It's Glenn's company. He was really frustrated in Connecticut trying to sell his home there. It was a beautiful home, should have sold quickly, but instead it took years, and he wound up selling it for $38.95. It was a real tragedy. It really was. Because he had a sucky realtor.
Not for the person that paid $38.95, I'll tell you that.
That is true. There was one person happy in that deal, and that was the buyer. But if you want a great realtor, go to Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name tells you everything you need to know about it. Go to realestateagentsitrust.com.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
I love how Democrats are all about police now. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
They want to fund them, and they want to increase funding,
Yes.
and we love the police, and man, they need another $37 billion. They really do.
Well, that's where Biden was supposed to be yesterday, right? He was supposed to go and announce that he was given more money, and we believe in the police, and it's a wonderful thing.
Yep.
And then he couldn't go.
Well, he couldn't because he's been stricken with COVID. Gosh, I hope he's okay. Is he going to be okay? Tell me he's going to be all right.
I believe that he is.
Okay,
I
good.
believe that he is.
Ooh, that's a
I
question.
mean,
Woo, man, was I
they
worried.
have continued they pulled out everyone to say how good he's doing. He's practically everyone said that he's so good. I mean, the only thing they didn't say was that he's in the gym working out. I mean, it's just amazing. Because remember, now you had him saying at one point, I think a year, maybe 2 years ago, but I think it was a year ago, that you're not going to get COVID if you're vaccinated.
Yeah.
You're okay. You're not going to get COVID if you have these vaccinations. Yeah.
Oh.
Huh.
Okay.
Weird.
And then he wanted to tell us that the country is a pandemic of the unvaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no excuse. No excuse for anyone being unvaccinated. This continues to be a pandemic of the unvaccinated.
Does it?
So we got to make more progress.
Oh.
Pandemic of the vaccinated, where so many people who are vaccinated keep getting it, including him.
Weird.
Isn't that
Because
great?
then he announced an update yesterday.
All right.
Hey, folks, guess you heard this morning I tested positive for COVID.
Yeah, we
I've
heard.
been double vaccinated, double boosted. Symptoms are mild, and I really appreciate your inquiries and your concerns. But I'm doing well. There's a lot of work done. Going to continue to get it done, and in the meantime, thanks for your concern and keep the faith. It's going to be
Concerned, that's an understatement for me. I woke up in a cold sweat about 1:30 in the morning. Is the president okay? Is he all right? Do we have an update? Is he all right?
He's fine. Mild symptoms. Still working hard.
Goodness. Well,
the good thing about
nobody can keep up with him.
The good thing about the White House is it's set up for that, right? I mean, he's working. He works above the shop, and so he's there working hard, still working.
Wow,
it's just amazing. And then
that's all this man does is work.
Well, you just said you can't keep.
You can't keep up with him. You can't. He's got 20-year-olds on the staff. They can't keep up with him. That's how active and how spry and how vibrant this man is.
Yes.
So
you could tell in his video.
Well, the COVID's barely slowed him down. It really hasn't, in fact, because he's vaccinated, he's double boosted,
twice vaccinated, double boosted. Incredible.
That's his gang sign.
Yeah. Thank you. No, please do.
Oh boy, you know what that?
I know what it means.
Probably precipitated.
Hopefully, he wasn't listening. Maybe. And so then they asked, what's a KJP? KJP, right? Yeah, I gotta make sure I get it right. I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
They were going down. They had the press conference about the president and his COVID, and the doctors were there, and they were giving us updates on just how good he's doing and how strong he is. And the reporters wanted to know, well, where'd he get it?
Mm-hmm.
Where was he infected? I don't think we know. I certainly don't know if you have any thoughts on that.
Look, I don't think that matters, right? I think what matters is we prepare for this moment. I think what matters.
Are you kidding me?
Is what Dr. Jha just laid out. If we look at where we were,
contact tracing. Ever heard of it?
This is a president. When he walked in, one of his first priorities was to make sure we had a comprehensive.
I don't want to hear it. It has nothing to do with where he was infected.
Absolutely nothing.
She just immediately changes the subject to a talking point she's got written down in her book of everything.
Yes. The great big book of everything.
It doesn't. I don't think it matters. Really, where have you been the last 2 years? Because it matters a great deal.
It sure does.
We need to know who gave it to him so we can let that person know that you've got COVID and you shouldn't be hanging around the president of the United States. And all the people who were around them now probably have COVID.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter. Huh.
Oh.
Really?
Oh, okay.
That's interesting. I guess we don't try to trace this stuff anymore.
I guess not. Because it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter at all. And, of course, then, the vice president who they're trying, is out working hard, too. Pat, I mean, she's just on the road. And before she even gets started with whatever she's yapping about on the road, she wants to let us know just how great President Biden is doing.
Okay.
And before I begin, I do want to speak about our incredible president, Joe Biden. This morning, he and I spoke by phone. He is in good spirits. He is feeling well. He is doing well. He is fully vaccinated and twice boosted. And, of course, he is.
That. Of course
and,
he is.
As everyone we who would encourage who's eligible would do the same. And
I'm sorry, what was that? Everyone who we would.
Wait a second. Let's hear it again. Let's see exactly what
Let's go back again.
I want to hear what.
Yeah, because everyone who we heard would.
Yeah, we have to. I'm sorry. She is terrible. I don't know. I mean, everyone that comes to the microphone for this administration.
Terrible. Yeah, very true.
I mean, just terrible.
Very true.
Anyway, let's back.
Of course he is.
Of course he
is. As everyone we who would encourage who is eligible to do the same. And he is working from the White House residence. And when we spoke, he was very pleased, as I said, that
powerful.
We were all here together today.
Oh, good.
Talking about the work our administration is doing on behalf of parents and working families and all who deserve to be seen and heard.
She talks forever and never says anything.
Doesn't say a thing.
It's really something to behold because it's every time. It's not just once in a while.
I know.
It's every single time.
Nothing.
And she's been working on it hard because she's gotten so much flack. And she's trying.
She was close to doing some cackling there yesterday. Yeah. Right there where she was, of course he is. She wanted to break out bad.
She did. And almost did.
Yeah.
There was a little,
I know.
Then she caught herself.
Of course he is.
Oh, wait.
It was close.
They'll beat me to death if I cackle.
Yes.
So I'm not going to cackle. Do not cackle. Don't cackle.
She was so close there, though. at the time of what, twice double boosted, and then of course he is, and she wanted to cackle bad.
So bad. Yeah, she can't help herself. I love he's fully twice vaccinated and double boosted.
Twice vaccinated. That's my gang sign.
Think about it.
There it is. And there it is. You knew it had to happen.
Think about it.
Now, our last vice president is apparently going to run for president in 2024. An advisor to former Vice President Mike Pence told CNN Wednesday that Pence has aspirations to run for president, stoking further speculation about his presidential bid. Now, he ran last time, or not the last time, but the time before in 2016. And it didn't go anywhere. I don't know why he thinks anybody wants him to be president.
I have aspirations to be Pope, too.
Yeah.
But it's not going to happen.
It's not.
Okay?
No, it isn't.
And I'm pretty, he has aspirations to be president. That's great. And, he's a good guy, I guess.
Yeah,
Nice
I guess.
to talk to Trump.
But nobody wants him for president.
No.
It is a known thing in Pence's orbit, and those of us who worked for Mike Pence, his advisor said, I think he desired to make a run for the Oval Office. I think that's partially why he joined the Trump administration on his ticket. Yeah, you think? Huh. Yeah, and in fact, he did run for president.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think he does have aspirations. I know he has aspirations to do so, and I think we'll have to see how this plays out for him, given where the Republican base is right now and how much of a stronghold Trump has on the party. Mm-hmm.
Well, that stronghold, right? There's two people. You can go down with what's her face, Kristi Noem, and whoever else you want to put on the list. But there's really only two people that matter.
Trump and DeSantis.
Yes, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And whichever one bends the knee first, the other one is running. And
they may both run. It may come out that they just both want it so badly that they both run. And let the chips fall where they may. Let the American people decide.
Boy, that
be interesting.
I don't know that I'd like that, though.
I wouldn't like that because DeSantis will get torn to shreds.
I know.
There'll be tweets. There'll be, truth. What do they call the
Truth Social?
Truth Social stuff. Yeah. Truths.
You don't want none of that.
Because they don't call them tweets. They're truths. Do you know?
Truths, yeah. I don't know because I signed up to be on it.
You
did? When one of the first day, and it was so convoluted, and it gave me some inside number that was never logged in. I never could get in.
Really?
And so tough. That's the way it goes.
So you gave up on it?
Yeah, I did. But he commented. Donald did comment on. On Truth Social, which when he comments on Truth Social, everybody else tweets it.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's not on Twitter.
Nah, true.
It's just not him, tweeting it. But he gave us a message to President Biden when he tested positive for COVID, and Joe Biden, who many have said is the worst president, has come down with a case of the China virus despite being vaccinated. I hope Sleepy Joe is able to bounce back quickly, as much as I was. Doctors described my fight against the China virus as Herculean, and not meaning the and not meaning the woke Disney Hercules, but rather the Kevin Sorbo one, the Lou Ferrigno one as well. Joe, I wish you a speedy recovery, even though you are taking America in the wrong direction. No one wants Kamala.
That's a good tweet. That's good stuff.
That's truth. Truth Social is not a tweet.
Oh, right. That's good. That's a good
statement from Donald Trump.
Powerful.
So bad.
888-900-3393. There is more coming up.
Pat Gray.
Few tweets here. Yellow sticker bandit. Even if Trump would have gone out into the crowd and broken every clavicle in sight, the Democrats would have said he didn't do enough.
Yes.
Bad engineer. Who has time to look at Twitter when you're milling and parading? Yeah, you're too busy killing our democracy. Joey's gaffomatic teleprompter. What did they expect Trump to say to his people? Go home, you violent scumbags. You're breaking the law by meandering through the Capitol. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Which he wouldn't do. The notorious Stitch Jones, he is fully vaccinated and double boosted. Tell me your vaccine doesn't work without telling me the vaccine doesn't work. Yes, and they've done that multiple times. Yeah, he's got COVID-19, and they keep telling us, yeah, he's double vaccinated and double boosted. Huh. And yet he has COVID-19. Interesting.
Huh. You see, speaking of milling and parading, just as a side note, we spoke yesterday of the Colbert 9 being set free.
Nothing happened to them.
Right. The Capitol Police, the head of the Capitol Police, was kind of ticked about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they kind of like, I don't know why the Department of Justice isn't. I mean, we stopped them several times. They were unattended. They continued to do stuff. They should have been prosecuted.
Yes, they should have.
He was mad.
Wow. Well, good. He should be.
Yeah,
should be mad. All right, 888-900-3393. As they continue to try to take away our freedoms. I'm just a little distracted because
I know. I just saw too.
Foreigner is going to be on Fox and Friends today. Not with the Lou Graham, of course, but the new singer, whatever his name is, Kelly something or other.
So Foreigner's on Fox and Friends this morning. Mm-hmm. I wonder why they're not in the Hall of Fame.
Just
a thought.
Right, I know.
Just asking a question here.
Yeah, it's a good question. It's a good observation. As we continue to have our rights attacked, and we haven't lost them all yet, but man, they are trying hard. And they are having the ATF, the Department of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, show up at people's homes asking for their guns. Not trying to take them, but register them in some way or inspect them in some way. What? What are you doing? And here's an example of what's happening.
Sir? Yeah. Okay, that's all I'm doing is verifying that. Look. Verifying that you have it.
Oh, okay.
You got 2 different purchases. Okay. If you have them, I'm out of here. That's how quick it is. Yeah.
That's how quick. Pause it for a second. That's how quick it is. I don't care how quick it is. I care about how constitutional it is, and it's not constitutional.
You're on my list here. I mean, if you have them, I'm out of here.
I don't care how nice you're being, how polite you're supposedly being, how quick. You're going to be lickety-split off of my... Get out.
I'm going to make it a little bit quicker for you.
Yeah, get out.
Bye.
Yeah, show me your warrant. Get off my lawn. Get off my porch. That's unbelievable. What the hell are you... What are they doing? What do you mean you got to look at my firearms? 2 purchases? Okay, so is that an extraordinary purchase of guns?
I guess so.
2? You bought 2. And that's raised flags with the ATF. That's chilling to me. Hey, it continued.
If you can unload them and bring them out, or you can go out to your foyer here, check them out, fight serial number, and we're out of here.
No, you're out of here
take 5 seconds.
Before all that.
The reason we're out here is we're obviously gun violence has been an uptick, so we want to make sure we've been having a lot of issues with straw purchases. And so one of the things indicators that we get is somebody makes like a large gun purchase, and then a lot of times we've been there like, oh, those guns got taken.
Is this even real?
The guns got taken?
So the idea is when you
pause it for a second. All right, just your bad English. Get off my porch. Okay. If you don't know that the word is taken instead of tooken, I want you to get off my porch. I can't even look at you now.
Before we go any farther.
Thing 1, you shouldn't be here in the first place. Thing 2, did you graduate from grade school?
Go ahead and tooken your ass off my porch, okay?
And they're being nice about it. They should, if somebody is trying to infringe your constitutional rights in a nice way, you should just let them. It's fine. Yeah,
Don't
just
worry
let them.
about it.
Let me run and get real quick, like a bunny. I'm going to go get my guns. I'm going to bring them back. You can do whatever you want with them, okay?
You know what? You guys forgot. My daughter just bought a gun, too. It's sitting right here.
Right? Maybe I shouldn't have it, because that would be 3 purchases. Right. And that would be extraordinary. And suspect, right?
Yeah.
Clearly,
Yes.
I'm a kook. I'm some kind of gun nut if I have 3 guns.
I mean,
That's unbelievable.
I feel like this
What are you
almost
doing?
isn't real. You know,
Like
I'm
it's almost not real?
Like someone is I don't know, putting it on, but I mean, they're like fake police officers or something. I don't know that it's
or
real.
something. It's bizarre. It is bizarre. And there's a little bit more here, I think.
It generates a multiple cell report. And he comes to us and we have to check him out. That's all that is. He did
That's
nothing
all
wrong.
that is. Then get out.
Absolutely zero.
Yeah, okay. You've done nothing wrong. All right, get out. If I've done nothing wrong, obviously you don't have a warrant. You've got no reason and no right to be inspecting my guns. See ya.
Right.
Chilling. That's really chilling.
We've been inundated over the years from shows to feel, from all kinds of movies and television shows, to feel bad when people don't let you into the house.
Yeah.
The police come and they say, we don't have a warrant.
Obviously, you have something to hide then.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And they're supposed to, and the police are like, oh, come on, you can help us out. And a lot of times the shows end up, letting the police in because they care about somebody else or whatever. Yep. And, we're supposed to hate the people who say, talk to my attorney. You need to get a warrant.
Right.
But that's what needs to happen. And especially looking at how our agencies have acted in the past few years, it's more important than ever to make them follow their own laws and our laws. Protect yourself.
Yes.
I mean, if you don't follow, say, hey, that's get out, get a warrant. What makes them want to follow the rules then? They don't, obviously. I mean, I don't understand that at all. This
is what it can lead to. Do you remember the footage we've shown multiple times from Katrina? Right after Katrina,
right?
National Guard went door to door in New Orleans and actually not just asked to see people's guns, they confiscated them.
They were searching.
Remember this?
Today in New Orleans, they got a lot tougher on the holdouts.
Police department, everyone home!
Not only the flooded areas, but New Orleans' driest and wealthiest neighborhoods, too.
Police department!
The police and National Guard going street by street, house to house.
We need to make sure, too, that whenever we knock on doors, people refuse to leave. We need to make note, call it in.
They say there are no orders to use force, just strong persuasion, sometimes entering open houses with guns drawn, and instructions to disarm anyone inside.
Oh, okay. That was quicker than I remembered. But yeah, they just went around door to door confiscating guns of law-abiding Americans without any reason, without any provocation. Just because there's a flood, you're going to take my weapons? No. How about no?
Especially not what was going on in that town at that time.
Yeah, right.
No, thank you.
Right. There was looting. People were breaking into the homes that were abandoned.
And we'll give them back.
Uh-huh. And they didn't. I mean, in many, many cases, people didn't get their firearms back. Many cases. Thousands of weapons confiscated. And a few people made a big deal out of it and got their weapons back.
Good.
But many, if not most, did not get them back.
Taken in the first place.
Right. Yeah, absolutely not. And again, no warrant. Total constitutional violation. Nobody cared. And it was carried on, I think that was an ABC TV report. So it's not like it was secret.
Yeah, no, they made no secret of it, right? They were just doing it.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to be okay with it. Oh, okay, good.
Well, they did have a flood, so... So, you can't keep your guns in a flood,
it was
right?
An emergency.
Right. How many of the people when... Noah built the ark and it started to flood. How many of them got to keep their guns? None. None of them. Not one of them had a gun after that flood. So I think after a flood, it's traditional that all the guns are confiscated.
I think one could make that case. I don't know that I buy it, but
that is really something else. We should be shocked and appalled at these things.
Well,
instead we just kind of ignore it. The ATF showing up house to house.
They were nice guys.
Nice.
And it was just quick
really
and
nice.
easy, and they just showed up.
Yeah, he said it wasn't going to take long. Oh, you're going to quickly violate my constitutional rights?
It just says here you got
Good.
a couple of weapons. We just want to look at them and get them out.
No.
Here. We can unload them and bring them out.
Show me your warrant.
Yeah.
That has to be your response.
Yeah, and no, you're not coming in.
And
I'm not inviting you into my home.
It doesn't matter that you're not doing anything wrong. You don't have to show them that you're not doing anything wrong.
Right.
Because you don't have to prove your innocence. It's the opposite in this country. They have to prove your guilt. So if you're here to inspect my guns, you must assume I've committed some sort of crime. Instead, he is saying the exact opposite.
Right.
You haven't done anything wrong. We're just here for fun because we like to track guns. So
That's what we do.
Yeah. So just come out here, unload them. We'll take them apart, inspect them, and then we'll be out of here.
I mean, nobody's taken them from you, right?
So if the constitutionality of it didn't throw you, the grammar, the grammar,
Make sure they were.
that should have ended it right there. Right. So, tooken. Some of the weapons have been tooken in this area, and so we're just trying to make sure.
It's just amazing.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's so unfortunate that all of my guns were lost in a very deep, very large body of water. I can't remember whether it was an ocean or a lake, but I know it was deep, and I know it was big. I do remember that part of it.
It's a shame. Is it warm enough to dive down?
I don't remember. I don't remember the temperature of the water, just that it was deep and large.
Do you remember why you were even out on the lake or big body of water?
No, I think it was
all your weapons.
Fishing. I think I was fishing and wanted to protect myself from sharks or whatever freshwater
might happen.
Fish would attack me. Yeah, whatever might happen. And you never know when a group of pirates is going to come along. You know,
you
don't know. You just don't know.
Not in today's world.
But unfortunately, it tipped over and capsized.
I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, thank you. So am I. It's all I could do to make sure I got back in the boat. I couldn't find.
So you want me to just scrape those weapons off the list I have here? That I just want to check. You don't have those weapons anymore.
I don't have them.
Okay.
But nobody else does either because they're at the bottom of a large body of water
or lake.
So don't worry about it. Actually, I would want to tell them that I do have the weapons, and you have no right to see them.
I believe I would too. And I was thinking,
I want that.
When I was watching this, I was thinking, I've got to talk to my kids and every other human that's living in my home that if they need to say no, because I know that. Come on in. Yeah, this is no problem. My mom keeps this one here, and we've got a couple that are over here, and no, you're not welcome. You're not letting. If you have a warrant, then I'll step aside and I'll follow the law. You search for what you're looking for.
Yeah,
but no way. No, I'm sorry. No. How about no?
It's a bizarre practice, and I'm glad somebody had the giblets to record it because people need to know that this is going on so that you're prepared, and you're prepared to say, because if the ATF just shows up at your door, you could be a little freaked out, a little shocked,
you could be,
and then just run and get your guns
nice.
before you even think about it.
They're being nice. They're not.
You want to be nice back.
Yes.
You don't want to be shot.
They're law enforcement. They're law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even if they're nice, they're showing up at your door armed and wearing
Kevlar
protective vests.
Yes.
I mean, they're
big dudes wearing Kevlar who are armed. Huh. But they're nice.
They're nice. Let them in. Get them a cup of tea.
Let them in.
Don't worry about it.
Give them your guns. Tell them you don't need them. Does anybody need an AR-15? Do you need one? Who needs 15
weapons of war?
Right. You don't need it. And you don't need high-capacity magazines. You don't need that. What? Are the deer wearing Kevlar vests?
So much. A stupid story.
We got to tell you soon about what's going on with it? Well, we mentioned already the January 6th committee. They're done for now. They're reconvening. We think. I think they said September, right?
After more deep dive investigation happens, then we'll have some more.
Do you remember that they claimed they had all kinds of revelations of people close to Trump, including family members like Ivanka, and they were going to play what they said, and they did, and it was nothing. It was
like, okay.
It was like, wait. What? How does that prove a single thing you're trying to prove?
Okay. You mean they disagreed with him and he didn't do what they said?
Is there a constitutional clause that says the president must do everything his daughter says?
That eventually he did do what they said, but it just wasn't good enough.
Yes, it wasn't good enough and it wasn't soon enough.
Right.
Well, now there's another protester who didn't even enter the Capitol building. He didn't even go in. He's facing 15 years in prison. 15 years.
Oh, my gosh.
This thing is so out of control.
Why?
So ridiculous. Because they're making a point. Joe Biden's DOJ is requesting that Guy Reffitt, protester, January 6th protester, who opted to stand trial rather than accept a plea deal, so they're going to make an example of him.
Oh, he's butting heads with them.
They recommended he be sentenced to 15 years in prison.
This is unacceptable, what they're doing.
It can't stand.
This is unacceptable.
It is. It's un-American. It's unacceptable. We'll get a little deeper into that coming up here in a few minutes.
And
plus, there was a massive brawl at Disney. Families fighting one another.
That's the day at Disney.
That's the happiest place on earth, right? Yeah. Happy little brawl happening at Disney. More coming up.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
With some tweets to share with you. Cardi T tweets, it's unfortunate that the lake has taken so many of Pat's firearms over the years. Hope the officers brought their diving gear. Yeah, that would be important. From Hippie Patriot, no, just no. You will not come to my door and inquire about any of my firearms. This is America. Stop with your communism already. You just shout this.
You shall not pass!
And then you slam your staff down on the ground. And they'll know they need to leave.
It's just that simple.
It's just that easy. It's not a problem at all. Also, from Mr. S, Tooken. Is that Liam Neeson's next movie? Tooken instead of Taken. Get it? Yeah. See, there's there's Taken. There's Taken 2. There's Taken 3. Taken 45. Oh. Now it's Tooken.
I appreciate you explaining that.
Yeah. I knew you were too stupid to understand it, so thought I'd explain.
I appreciate it. I already said thank you.
From Carl Smith. If the ATF shows up at your door wanting to verify what guns you have, just tell them you only speak to the AFT.
Can you explain that too?
The ATF, AFT, whatever it is, the NCAA, I don't know, the thing that you know does the stuff. They have rules and things, and you can't get pudding there. That's all. I don't like it. That's why I don't like it at all. 888-900-3393. Any new movies that start today?
We got Gray Man on Netflix, right? And I've got shows. I've got other
Gray
shows
Man
to
on
catch
Netflix.
up on.
That's right.
I've been here doing this show and my show and everybody else's show for the last couple of weeks. I'm getting behind. I've got shows to catch up on.
Definitely.
I've got new episodes of Only Murders in the Building, new episodes of The Old Man, new episodes of Better Call Saul.
Only Murders in the Building, is that still good?
Yeah.
Everybody was raving about that thing.
This is season 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. You know what does start today is, and I've seen it hyped and advertised a million times. Nope.
Oh yeah.
Nope is
yeah. That should be fun.
Yeah, it looks fun, and I don't know. Some critic, at least they put it up on the screen during the preview, is calling it the best movie of the year.
Well, that particular critic hasn't seen Crawfish.
Where the crawdaddies swim or whatever it is. Yeah. I do want to see that, though.
I do, too.
It looks interesting.
But that's definitely the one that's going to be winning all the awards.
Yes, it is.
Come on now.
Yes, it is. It's got an unusual name, and it's a weird story.
Right.
Yeah, so that's your winner right there. Shamshira. Never heard of that? My Donkey, My Lover, and I. Also opens today. How many of us have been waiting for that one?
I got to tell you, that does not sound like it should be at the main theaters.
No, it doesn't. That actually doesn't.
Go to one of my sites for that.
Then we've got something called Uncle, and then a bunch of foreign films. It looks like
not a good week.
Yeah,
I mean, Nope will be huge. Right?
Nope
will be number one.
Oh,
easy.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure. And then, of course, if you haven't seen Top Gun yet, you need to get out and see that because it's good, clean fun. That's just good, all-American fun.
And that's the problem I have with it, the all-American thing.
Right.
Yeah.
It's too American.
I can't take it.
Ick. Yeah. It's like when you've had an overdose of chocolate. It's like, I don't need any more, okay? I'm going to vomit on your patriotism.
Do people have overdoses of chocolate?
I don't.
I'm not aware.
I've heard some might, but I'm not one of them. I'm not aware
because I ran across one of these packages that have Kexi cookie in it.
Oh, you did.
And
was it this particular?
It was
package?
that particular package right there. Yeah.
You ran across it.
I ran across it,
and there it is in that beautiful designer box. Isn't it classy? It's a classy looking. They can't see it now.
No, just hold it up. There you go.
Okay. Well, now the cookies are all falling.
Oh, no.
Yeah, well.
Oh, well, I'll get them. I'll take care of them.
All right.
But this particular
You like the mint chocolate chip?
It's not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I know. It's
not too bad.
Right.
That's almost gone. Mm-hmm. I will say that. Mm-hmm. And I didn't throw any of it away.
I did see that you made quick work out of it.
Because I hadn't had one of these, this particular flavor before.
It's really good.
I took a bite
it's very
and
popular.
I thought, I could finish this.
There's a coconut cream one too that people seem to love.
Well,
I'm not a big coconut fan,
though.
so I don't. Most
that
people really love that.
Yeah.
The Texas sheet cake's still there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like. Don't let me take that one. Yeah. Don't let me take that one either.
And you can save 15% right now when you use the offer code or promo code PAT15 at Kexi.com. KEKSI.com. Kexi.com. Get these ordered. We've tried to make it. We know it's a tough time with inflation and all that, so we've got a whole bunch of different sizes and different price ranges that you can take advantage of now. And you can save 15% with the promo code
So you're
PAT15.
able to save money on deliciousness.
The best cookies, I believe, on the planet. I mean, there are other good cookies. Do you know how many cookie companies there are right now?
I do not. I do not have an exact number on
18,536,322.
I would have been off.
322. Yeah,
I would have been off on my guess.
Everybody has opened a cookie company all of a sudden, and almost all of them are coming from Utah.
Is it one of those things like where you think, man, I like that car. I like that car. And then after you get it, everone has one. So, you notice it.
It might be that.
You notice it in your head.
It might be that. Or it might be there's 18,326,000 of these things.
One or the other.
I'm not sure which it is. And some of them are really good. They're
not as good as
They're
Kexi.
just not as good.
Right. Not as good as
not
Kexi.
as good.
So that's, it's most important that the elves know that.
Right. Yeah, the Keebler elves. Yeah, they should really know.
Yeah.
You guys are nowhere in the competition for this, for greatest cookie on earth.
Well,
and they should come and buy this.
That's
and
what
then
I'm
they don't have to
saying.
bake the cookies in a hollow tree
And
anymore.
they don't have to change. Well, I mean, they'd have the Kexi elves.
Yeah, right. Right. All right, we were telling you about Joe Biden's DOJ, the Department of Justice, requesting that one of the protesters at January 6th at the Capitol, Guy Raffet, they're requesting that he be sentenced to 15 years in prison. The matter will be left up to the judge to decide at his sentencing. So apparently, he's already been been convicted of obstruction. He has already spent more than a year.
Yeah, they've had all these guys locked up.
My
which is completely unconstitutional. by the way. The guy, I mean, look, the guy that attacked a man running for office in New York yesterday with, it looked like he had hand knuckles, gold knuckles on his hands.
Oh, the brass knuckles.
Yeah. I don't know. It looked like these two cat ear knuckles, coming off his hands.
Yeah.
And you can show him storming the stage on this representative who's in New York.
And he took him down, right?
Yeah.
Until a bunch of people intervened.
Yes, they did.
Jeez.
Look at this. See the cat? The cat ear.
There's only one option.
Oh, you're done. You're done. Comes right up on stage. You're done.
Wow. Jeez. Unbelievable what's going on right now. It's unbelievable. I mean, look at that. That's really dangerous.
I know.
He just got right up on stage and was apparently going to hit him with those brass knuckles or whatever he had. And they're zip tying it. Wow, nice.
Yeah, they got
him zip tied pretty quickly.
They got him down.
Good.
And the guy Zeldin was saying, zeros will be heroes. He was, he's in New York talking about how good things are in Florida and Texas and how things need to turn around.
Mm-hmm.
Gets in a fight like that, but he's out. He wasn't. They just let him go.
You got to be kidding me.
No bail. Go ahead. Already, but this guy,
that guy is out. But Reffitt, he spent more than a year in a D.C. prison before opting to become the first defendant to stand trial. It ultimately took a D.C. jury just hours to convict him on a number of charges, including 2 counts of civil disorder, 2 counts of obstruction, and 1 count of carrying a handgun on restricted grounds. Did he use it? No. As we know, none of the protesters, even if they were armed, even those who had guns, and there were very few of them, none of them used them. So these are really bad insurrectionists. I'll tell you that. They're
no kidding.
Bad at it. Really the worst ever in the history of this planet. Prosecutors, though, tacked on the handgun charge after Reffitt had already been in prison for months.
And he wouldn't work out a deal with them.
And they got pissed.
Yeah.
And so they're making an example. And they've asked the judge to sentence him to 15 years.
That's unacceptable.
He didn't go into the Capitol building. And he's already spent a year in jail. And you want 15 more? Or maybe they'd give him time served and it'd only be 14 more.
I mean, I think these people would be fortunate if they got time served.
He should get time served and be sent home. And we're done with you. Because that's ridiculous. What they're doing to this guy is
he is not
insane, and he's not right. He's not alone. There's a lot of them that are facing this kind of blowback. Now, was it a good thing for them to do, to show up at the Capitol and get rowdy? And, some of them were hitting police officers on the helmet with a pole. No. I hate that happened. First of all, it's wrong. Secondly, it has really hurt us. It's really hurt the right because it looks like now they've got this to point to all the time. Oh, the violent right. What about that insurrection? How about the rioting going on with the right? How about what happened with Donald Trump? How about with the Donald Trump thing? How about that? Oh, God.
The day democracy almost died.
Yeah, that's what they've got to hold on to now. They have that and the Charlottesville thing. And that's about it. That's about it for violence on the right. But, man, they're making the most out of it.
Yeah, they are. Well, I mean, that's
beating it to death. Beating it to death. And, they have the support of the media, of CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, NBC. All of them hammering it. And the New York Times, the Washington Post, they're all going along for the ride on January 6th.
They sure are.
Trying to keep that thing alive. And they know it's the only thing they have that, and they think they have the abortion ruling to hang on to for November. Yeah. That's what they think. That's what they're hanging all their hopes on, of avoiding the bloodbath that is coming to Democrats in November.
I mean,
a political,
good.
a voting bloodbath, not an actual. It's outrageous. It is outrageous. On the other hand, and then they talk about oath keepers. Like that's such a significant problem in the United States of America. Such a terrible, horrible, horrific problem. Is it?
Well,
oath keepers, how many of them are there? 12?
You can't. Pat,
Come on.
Pat.
Come on.
When you drive around DFW, just DFW, I'm not talking about the country.
Okay.
Between Oath Keepers and QAnon.
Uh-huh. Yeah. How many are you seeing?
You can't.
QAnon.
I can't make a turn. Can't come out of the neighborhood without practically running into a QAnoner.
That's for sure, because they're everywhere. I mean, in addition to the 12 Oath Keepers, I think there's an additional 7 QAnon. That's 19 total right-wing extremist kooks. And frankly, are the Oath Keepers even extremist? I don't know that much about Oath Keepers. Maybe somebody who does can clue us in. But I don't know that much about them.
I don't think they're as extreme as the QAnoners, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Are they as extreme as some of the Black Panthers, though, who are saying things like...
I say if they don't get out of town, we kill the men, we kill the women, we kill the children,
all right,
we kill the babies,
right,
we kill the blind, we kill the cripple,
all right,
we kill the crazy,
sure,
kill them all.
Kill them all. Kill them all.
You say, well, why kill them all?
Why kill them all?
Kill the women.
Yeah. Why kill the children?
Why kill the babies?
The babies, yeah.
They're just little innocent blue-eyed babies. Because God want to grow up one day to rule your babies.
Right.
Kill them now.
So you got to kill them now.
Why kill the women in South Africa? I said kill the women because the women are the military manufacturing center.
That makes sense.
Think about
They're
it.
the military manufacturing center. They're manufacturing little white babies who grow up to be killers, and you kill them first.
Nobody want that.
Okay, nobody cared about that stuff.
Nope.
Why? Because there weren't that many Black Panthers around who felt that way. But man, are the QAnon people everywhere, and the Oath Keepers are everywhere.
King is 41.
And this
Freak
guy,
41. Charlie Freak.
Charlie Freak.
AT&T Plaza.
Yeah.
Light King. King Lion.
Lion King. King Lion. Do you know this guy?
No.
I forget what his name is, but he's with, he's that group, that JFK group that they think JFK Jr. is coming back to Dealey Plaza sometime soon, I guess. He was supposed to come back for the anniversary of the death last year, right? Last November. And then, no, he didn't make it.
And then there was another time, right?
Then there was another time he was supposed to be there, and then, no, he didn't make it. Then there was this time just a few weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago now. And surprisingly, JFK Jr. did not come back again.
Where were the prostitutes?
Oh,
Where was the left and the right? Nobody was there.
Nobody's there. Nobody. Powerful. See? See how powerful that is?
I am surprised, Pat. I got to tell you.
Yeah. Right?
That he didn't come back.
No, I am too.
Because if you were going to come back.
You want to come back for this guy?
You'd come back for this
I don't know what that gesture was. I don't know what you're... And then... Okay, what did that mean? I don't understand.
It's right here, I guess. He was coming back right here. I don't know.
I guess that's what it was.
I don't know.
But I do know that if you want to keep your hair, you need to get a hold of Keeps. Keeps has hair loss products, well, to avoid hair loss, no matter what you want to do with your hair, whether it's preventing hair loss, stimulating hair growth, or just taking care of the hair that you have. Your Keeps physician will help you select the right products and develop a personalized hair-saving routine that works for you. It's really easy. There's no waiting rooms, no pharmacy visits. Keeps is delivered straight to your door at about half the cost. Half the cost. And if you have questions, you can message your Keeps doctor 24/7. Really convenient, really good to work with. They have great customer service. If the balding jokes are starting to wear thin, Join thousands of guys who have saved their hair. Visit keeps.com/Pat. Get 50% off your first order. That's KEEPS. Keeps.com/Pat.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
So, Foreigner, who's still not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, by the way, and maybe we're getting a glimpse as to why they're performing on Fox News today.
Yes.
But without a single original member of the band. Not even Mick Jones is, I guess Mick Jones has not been in great health. He's 76, and he's semi-retired, if not completely retired from the band. So no Lou Gramm, no Mick Jones. But they got that Kelly Hansen guy that sounds kind of like Lou Gramm.
We listened to a little bit of him. It was all right.
Yes, it sounded pretty good.
It was all right.
I don't know if you'd call it Foreigner, though. It's not exactly Foreigner without any original member.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird when you continue to call yourself that when you're not that.
Well,
you're really not that.
If you've been given the blessings.
Yeah, and they have, I guess, you know.
And the rights, go ahead. You can be Foreigner now. You're Foreigner. That's fine. Every once in a while before I, when I still have my mind, I'll show up and give the fans a wave. And
right.
Let's pay for this.
Give them a thrill.
Yeah. But, they were doing all their hits. I see where Pat Benatar has decided that she is not going to do her Hit Me With Your Best Shot anymore.
What?
Out of
Why?
Deference
to
the victims of mass shootings.
Oh, come on.
So she said fans are having
She's not talking about shooting people. Do you know that Hit Me With Your Best Shot is like, first of all, it's a love thing. Give me your best shot at sweeping me off my feet is what she's really saying there. She's not even talking about a punch, and she's certainly not talking about a gunshot. That is so asinine.
She said, I'm sorry. Fans were bummed that I'm not doing it. And she said, and I'm like, I'm sorry. In deference to the victims and families of these mass shootings, I'm not singing it. I tell them, if you want to hear the song, go home and listen to it.
Wow.
Huh. That's interesting.
Then you know what? Don't show up and ask for my money. Okay?
That's interesting. I wonder if she still does, All Fired Up.
What about the wildfires in California that have nearly burned that state to the ground?
What are some of the other stupid Pat Benatar songs? This is why I never liked her.
Oh, you didn't like Pat Benatar?
Really.
I like Pat Benatar. She's great.
Yeah, I'd like to hit her with my best shot.
Stop it. She's great. I think she's great, but that is
and I'm not
that's
talking
stupid.
about guns, okay? Sorry,
that's
Pat.
asinine. The song has nothing to do with guns. It's not about guns.
I not one time did I ever hear that song.
Me neither. And think guns. Think gunshot. I never thought that either. Not once.
I mean,
if you listen to the song, it'd just be asinine to think of guns. It has nothing to do with that.
Nothing.
What stupid pandering. That's just a cry for attention. That's what that is. She's just begging for attention.
Yeah, buy my other stuff.
Hey, look how woke I can be. This song has nothing to do with guns, but because the word shot is in it, I'm not going to play it anymore.
Right.
Ridiculous. Asinine. But, that's what we're supposed to expect now. And so thank you, Pat Benatar, for delivering on that. That's just...
What about love as a battlefield?
Oh, wow. What about all the people who have died in wars on battlefields?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, no. No, she shouldn't be performing that ever.
I know.
How many people have been killed in wars? Way more than have been killed in mass shootings.
Way more.
I mean, you're talking about hundreds of millions of people who have been killed in wars. So...
You better run. I mean, that's...
Well, a lot of people don't have legs. What about the people who can't run, Pat?
The
Ms. Benatar. There's a lot of people who are missing limbs and missing at least one leg and sometimes two. They can't... Even if they're only missing one, they can't run.
I wasn't thinking about the legless humans, but I was thinking about all the people running from gunfire. But
wow. That too. You stop performing all your songs. Okay, we're getting pissed here.
Pat Gray.
Making the apocalypse fun since 2017. It's Pat Gray Unleashed on the Blaze.
And now, scattered showers of journalism.
Yeah, I don't really have one, but I just wanted to hear that.
Okay.
For a time when, maybe there will be scattered showers of journalism, but not right now. So I do have some tweets, though. Not scattered showers of journalism, but tweets from the Tyler Morgan Show. Well, I already have a podcast. Guess I need to start a cookie company now. Yeah, every single person, every living person has a podcast. Every living person on this planet.
Of which I am one.
Yes.
And so Chewing the Fat, you need to subscribe to, by the way. I don't really care about Tyler Morgan's show, but I do care about Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher.
Have you been able to keep the price low for the
listen,
partakers?
You can subscribe to Blaze TV and go behind the paywall and see Pat Gray overtime.
Right.
Steve Dace overtime. Glenn Beck yapping about
Use the promo code PAT10 and you get $10 off.
Yapping about the Great Reset, whatever. But you do not need to go behind the paywall for Chewing the Fat.
That is really special. Thank you. Thank you, Jeffy. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Do
Jimmy, I do. Clearly, I do. I just said I did, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Jimmy Dimples tweets, which is tighter, getting between Oath Keepers and QAnon or between the moon and New York City? Well, I mean, it depends. If it's Jeffy, that's a dang tight fit. Dang tight fit between the moon and New York City. That's why he's stuck there. So I'd say that one. That one is.
You choose that one?
Yeah, I'll pick that. Peekapoo, Pikapool, and Peekapool, the snarky jackhole Pokemon tweets. They should call themselves Foreigner the Next Generation. Work for Star Trek. That's a good idea, actually. I like that. Except they don't want the old people like me to think, oh, that's not the real Foreigner.
Well, it's too late for that anyway.
It's too late. Yeah, I already know it's not the real Foreigner. But I guess this new guy, Kelly Hansen, does a lot of babbling between songs. I'm just reading this because I was looking around trying to find whether Mick Jones was still in the band or not. And apparently he's, like, as I mentioned, retired. But there's a review in the Spokesman Review from Spokane, Washington. So apparently they played there sometime last year, actually. This article is from. But the reviewer is complaining about how he spends 16 minutes just babbling about how great it is to be back and whatever. So I'm kind of glad I've avoided the shows. But, there's just a lot of rock stars that are getting up there in age and either dying or not sounding like they used to sound or not touring anymore or just quitting because they're too old.
Yeah, I mean, that's a grind.
I think about it. How old are the Stones now? I mean,
Jagger's 78.
Mick Jagger,
right?
Is he 78?
I think so.
He's got to be at least that. I
think so. And he's still touring, and he just got he just had COVID.
Oh, he did.
Oh, wow. They locked him down. The family was bummed because they were on tour, so they canceled a couple of shows. Yeah, 78.
Wow.
I mean, he turns. Wait a minute. Whoa. He turned 79 in 6 days. July 26th is his birthday.
Oh, that's bumming it.
Yeah. Jeez.
Wow.
Whew. 79. And all the drugs he's been through?
Is 19 years of age.
Yeah, probably. Wife number 12 or whatever.
That's a good man right there.
I don't know how many he's working on, but
he just had a new baby.
Seriously?
No.
No, okay. Because they do. I mean, they do that. These rock stars.
I think Jagger's youngest kid is 5 or 6. I mean,
oh my gosh.
I think so.
So when the kid graduates from high school, his dad will only be 92 years old. That's fantastic. Be out there throwing the baseball around with him. Yeah, probably not. Probably
Jagger's 5-year-old son. Yeah.
Wow.
That's right. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Wow. Is he married to that woman? with whom he had the
don't
child.
Start bogging me down with
all right.
stuff like
All
that.
right. I won't even ask. I withdraw the question, Your Honor.
Let her in the house.
Withdraw the question. Hey, we have our first case of polio in the United States in many, many years because we eradicated polio.
Awesome.
But it's great to see it, making a comeback here, isn't it? It's the little disease that could.
Really? Is that the banner?
No. That's actually a very awful, very serious disease. The New York State and Rockland County Departments of Health confirmed yesterday, though, that a case of polio had been identified in Rockland County. State health officials said the virus likely originated outside the U.S., as the particular strain of the virus they identified was transmitted by a person who received an oral polio vaccine no longer used in the U.S. Huh. So they don't give that sugar cube anymore, apparently.
Guess not.
It must be a shot now. The New York State Department of Health and Rockland County Department of Health alerted the public to a case of polio in Rockland County. State and county health officials are advising medical practitioners and health providers to be vigilant for additional cases.
Yeah, no kidding. That's not a good thing.
The polio virus typically spreads orally. I mean, we haven't had to deal with polio in our lifetimes because it was eradicated some time ago. And so I don't even know how it spreads. I don't know how contagious it is, but it spreads orally, usually through contact with fecal matter from an infected person.
Oh.
So that doesn't seem like it would spread easily. How often do you come in contact with someone's poop? I mean, it's fairly rare, I'm guessing. I'm guessing, right?
I mean, I can walk you down a road.
I don't want you to, but thank you for the offer. Thank you for the offer. So, hands contaminated by fecal matter. The disease can also spread through mouth-to-mouth contact or saliva. Okay. Wow. So, kissing, I guess, right? And the disease itself attacks the nervous system. Symptoms can be mild and flu-like, including fatigue, muscle pain, muscle weakness, fever, and stiffness. In rare cases, it can cause paralysis, as it did for FDR.
Yeah, I mean, he got it from a bucket of water, right?
A bucket of water?
That's the way he got it in the movie, right?
I don't know how he got it.
In the movie, he takes a drink from a pump water.
In what movie? What movie are we talking about here?
It's called Warm Springs or whatever.
Oh.
Warm Springs, I think it's called.
Okay.
It's on Showtime or HBO.
So he drank infected water?
They
maybe had fecal matter in it.
They say it's possible, or saliva. You don't know. Either one.
There was doo-doo, feces thrown all over the walls, the floor, the ceiling, and it stunk so bad.
It could happen anyway.
And that could lead to polio. We now know that can transmit polio right there. Huh. Symptoms don't typically appear for up to 30 days, during which time an infected person can still transmit the disease to others. Huh. Interesting.
Wow.
So it can cause paralysis and death.
Someone could actually have monkeypox and polio.
Did you read about the guy who has monkeypox and COVID-19? Both of them. He has both.
Well, soon it'll be monkeypox and polio.
Yeah, I guess it will.
Yeah.
Monkeypox, polio, and COVID all at the same time. Yeah, they were really surprised that this guy first was tested positive for COVID-19. He felt really, kind of crappy. He had flu-like symptoms. Then he started noticing this weird rash all over his body. Those wonderful lesions that we all love to hear about.
The poxes.
And went to the doctor, and sure enough, he had them both.
Wow.
Yeah, he said he was miserable for weeks.
I bet.
Absolutely miserable.
I bet. Plus, there's no bathhouse visits, or not supposed to be.
Thank you. You shouldn't.
Yeah, you
I
should.
mean, I know how hard it is to avoid the bathhouse, even for a short amount of time. But please try to do it if you have monkeypox.
It's recommended.
If you have the pox, don't go to your normal bathhouse visits.
If you have the pox, don't do the bath.
That's not hard to remember, is it?
No, it's not.
It's not hard. So let's go to Megan in Texas. Hey, Megan, you're on the Blaze.
Bingo.
Yes. All right. Tell us where your bingo occurred.
It was in the first column on the left.
Yes.
Manor sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Jeffy says, once you're in it, you're in it.
Right.
And look, fat look.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jeffy again, think about it.
Think
and then
about
your
it.
Scattered showers of journalism.
Right. Yeah, baby. That's right. Appreciate it. All right. Thanks for listening.
Congratulations.
We got you set up with the merchandise, right?
You do.
Okay.
Yep, I'm going to get my hits of Pat singing.
Oh, nice.
I'm hoping it's on there by now. I'm hoping you have your CD out.
Okay. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Megan. I'm not sure if we have that in the merch area, but if we do, you could certainly get that.
From Pat Tell Records, the hits keep coming.
They keep coming. They really do. Including What's That? Who Pays Your Salary? Which it's been heard over, is it 1.5 trillion times now? I think at 1.5 trillion downloads on that particular song. So, yeah, we're pretty proud of that. 888-933-93 and at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. A little update on the 10-year-old rape victim and that whole family situation. It turns out the mother and the family are illegally here.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they're illegally here. It has been confirmed. So, first of all, we don't think this whole situation is possible. If you remember back in the beginning of it, we hear about it. We're like, no, come on now. Too many holes. Then we find out it is in fact true.
Right.
We're then alerted to the fact that the rapist is an illegal alien.
Right.
Then we discover that the rapist was living in the same house as the victim. Then we find out the victim's mother and the rapist are in a relationship.
Right.
And the mother says all the reports about her rapist boyfriend are lies. After that, it turns out that the mother of the victim is also pregnant with her rapist's child's child.
Right.
And now, lo and behold, yes, the mother, too, is here illegally.
Huh.
What an interesting situation brewing there in Ohio.
That is an interesting situation, isn't it?
And is the 10-year-old still with that mother? Because I don't know how it's possible. You can do a lot less and lose your child to CPS.
No kidding.
And I don't know that that's happened there in that particular case. Wow. Now, the guy who raped the 9-year-old and impregnated the mother, just unbelievable, is in jail. But he wasn't in jail for a really long time after this happened. The reports first came in June 22nd. He finally was arrested July 12th. Because I guess the mother was involved in, helping cover this thing up. She did not believe that he did what he admitted to doing, actually. So, just a really horrible situation. Really awful.
No kidding. We showed you the guy attacking what's his face in New York while he was speaking out on the road running for office.
Yep.
But we mentioned the brawl at Disney.
Oh yeah, we got to show you that.
The brawl, the happiest place on earth.
Yeah. Involved in a little bit of a brawl.
A little bit of a brawl.
Weird. What happened
at Disney?
Here it is. Here's a look.
They were waiting in line. And one thing led to another.
Mm-hmm. And there's just a little bit of a dust up, if you will.
Most of it is seems a little innocuous. They're just fighting and arguing and pushing and shoving.
Yeah. I mean, the woman in the beginning took a punch and then backed up. And then that girl did the same thing just then. Interesting. Okay. Perhaps some naughty words were used there, and that's why the sound went out.
Yes.
Do we know what caused that? What caused the little dust up there?
That's what I was looking for because I was trying to remember when this was sent in, so that I had the story, and I don't have it.
You don't have it.
So I just remember what I was reading about it. And they talked about the families were in line waiting. I think one person ended up being seen by a doctor or whatever for some hurt. Because I remember, I honestly, as a side note, just inside baseball, I don't remember sending that in because I remember watching it now going, really wasn't that big a deal.
Yeah, nothing much happened. But
I was like, okay, but I think one person got hurt. I mean, I expected an actual. When I first saw it, I expected
it sounds like a brawl.
melee.
Yeah, that's what I expected.
And it was being pushed as a brawl. And I remember watching it the first time, going,
"Yeah, not that big a deal." No, I mean, yes, some pushing and shoving and a couple of punches were thrown.
What a pain! I mean,
but it wasn't exactly a riot.
Disney, and these people start fighting and pushing and shoving. That's an unhappy time. It's not the happiest place in the world then.
Right? Yeah.
But it certainly isn't having a Sesame Street character not high-five your kid. I'll tell you that.
Right. Which was too horrific to even
Sorry,
consider.
I even brought it up again now that I thought
Thank you for ruining my entire week.
I can't believe we're suing over that.
Oh, that's the way it is now. That's the way it is.
How much money I could make over the years had we sued for stuff like this? Come on.
More than $5? Could you have made more than $5?
$5.50.
Okay.
$5.50.
All right.
Yes. So yes, more than $5.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what I thought. That's what I imagined.
I mean, the days of get over it.
Yeah, that was my mom's whole theory on life. Get over it. And that's not the way we operate now.
It most definitely is not the way we operate.
Yeah, no, it's not. Also, a reporter, this is great. This kind of is a scattered shower of journalism. A reporter confronted Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
About her husband's controversial stock purchases.
I'm sure she was just happy to talk about it.
Oh, she was. Yeah, she was. Here it is.
Yes, sir. I think we have to go now. One more, he said. Yes, sir.
Over the course of your career, has your husband ever made a stock purchase or sale based on information he's received from you?
What are you saying?
Pause it for a second. All right, the reporter's asking her, over the course of your career, has your husband ever made a stock purchase based on a tip you've given him? Check out
I'm sorry,
response.
what do you say?
I'm sorry, what?
What do you say?
And here it is.
Has your husband ever made a stock purchase or sale based on information you've received from you?
No.
Absolutely not. Okay.
No, absolutely not. Does
absolutely
anybody, seriously, Democrat, Republican, Independent, does anybody believe that?
Not a chance.
That's an absolute lie. And right now, he bought $5 million worth of stocks.
Yeah.
That from a chip company, right? Was it chips? It was computer chips, I think. Because there's a company that's, going to start ramping up their manufacture of chips. And chips are in a shortage right now. That could not have been based on anything Nancy Pelosi found out.
No, because,
through her committees or her job as Speaker of the House.
They've talked about Biden was yapping about his new bills that they've been signing that has to do with making chips. And,
And we're not talking about potato chips, by the way. Computer chips that are in short supply for computers, for cars, for all kinds of things. And all of a sudden, he makes a $5 million purchase. I wonder if that was a good buy. I wonder.
I'd be happy if Nancy, texts me.
So great.
Buy this stock right now. All right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it because that would be wrong.
Well,
someone else would.
Right, exactly.
Someone else would.
Obviously.
Can't have that.
Obviously, you're not going to do that.
I was looking at, we started off with you talking about the January 6th hearings and how horrific they were and, whatever Trump did. But I just happened to look up the last break and saw CNN's banner. CNN's doing their insurrection probe. They're still doing it, actually. That must be this is their morning show, the insurrection probe. But committee paints damning picture of Trump's inaction during attack. A damning picture. I know. As a United States citizen and as someone who watched the hearing on one of the White House's YouTube channels, there was like 3,000 people on this channel, and I noticed an NPR channel had a little over 1,000 people on it. So I'm sure the ratings on, I don't know what they'll be for every access point to this hearings, but it's probably not good. But I did watch it, and there was no damning evidence.
None whatsoever. In fact,
I'm sorry. You can say it all you want. There just wasn't any.
According to a Pentagon official, in fact, Trump gave an order. This really pissed off Democrats, I'm sure, on the last day that they're doing this committee and this show trial for now, until they kick it back up again in September or whenever. But according to a Pentagon official, Trump gave an order to make sure the January 6th gathering was safe. He told people, hey, let's make sure that when people gather down there, that it's all going to be safe.
Yeah.
And that does not exactly fit the incitement charge they're trying to make.
And early on in the hearing last night, they mentioned one time, I was like, you just they lie or misappropriate what happened. Mm-hmm. Like she said, I think it was Cheney, but I'm not sure. Talked about how did he call the National Guard? And I thought, no, because days before when he asked about it, they said no. Mm-hmm. He asked, do you want me to can we get some National Guard? Do you want me to make this happen? No. It was denied. So, I mean, now you want to have it both ways. Oh, he didn't ask for the National Guard when he knew this violence was happening.
Right.
Well, you already told him no.
Right.
Anyway,
Yeah. The whole thing's it's a sham. It's a sham trial. We all know that. Everything that Democrats are doing is a sham. The global warming situation that they're trying to hammer through so they can spend as much money as they want on a bunch of things that they're invested in. There's another thing. There's another insider.
That's for sure.
Situation where, the Al Gores of the world are creating all of these climate products, and then they're benefiting from the fact
darn right they are.
That the government is going to order us to buy them.
Well, the government's ordering the companies to make them. Right. Let alone we don't have to ever buy them. And they've already got their money.
Subsidizing all the solar stuff, all the wind stuff, everything that doesn't make any sense and doesn't work the way it should yet. That's what they're insisting on.
Get the money, make the plants, build the product, and then if it doesn't sell, we close the doors. Sorry,
right.
I got my money.
Just like they did with Solyndra and that, $600 million debacle.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I got mine.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, sir.
I'm going to get mine with the lottery maybe this weekend.
Are you? Okay, good. So it still hasn't been won?
I forgot to look, to be honest.
Oh. Well, good luck this weekend.
The ticket I have in my wallet could be a winning ticket, Pat. So.
That's great. And I'm going to get $1 million out of it,
if
right?
I'm not here on... I said that. Yeah.
Yes, you did say that. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.